Okay, guys, I'm Craig. Welcome back to All Nerd Everything, your latest discussions and news on movies, TV shows, comic books, wrestling, you know. And I'm late to this, but you know what they say, better late than never. But over the weekend, well, yeah, over the weekend, I finally got a chance to watch We Live in Time, the A24 film starring Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh, two of the best actors in Hollywood right now. And let me say, I've already heard what a lot of people had to say about this film going in, but that didn't deter me from watching it because I still wanted to judge it for myself to see if I got that same feeling other people felt, because a lot of people were very bothered by the constant time jumps in the film, and I'll get more on that later. But Andrew Garfield, he plays Tobias, a recent divorcee who's, you know, looking for a looking for a, a job, and he's living with his dad. He's in a very rough predicament right now in terms of, trying to get back up on his feet, especially after a divorce. And Florence Pugh's character, she plays Almit, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. And by the way, let me say love how this movie is them using their accents. The movie takes place in the UK, and it's the first time we hear both both actors use their accent in a movie. And I would like more movies where actors who weren't born in America to use their accent more. Like Daniel Kaluuya wasn't born in America. I would like to see a movie with Daniel Kaluuya use his natural accent, just like Andrew and Florence do in this movie. But Florence, she plays Ahmed, a upcoming chef who owns her own restaurant as well, and she the this is the strangest meet cute I have ever seen, and it's, they meet after Almond accidentally hits Tobias with her car, which, if you see the trailer and you watch the movie, um yeah, that was kind of his fault. He walks dead in the middle of the street without looking, and then bam. And I know it shouldn't be funny, but it was hysterical, especially considering that, like I said, it was his fault in the first place. And the constant the within the first, I would say, 10 minutes of the film, you get hit with a ton of bricks of uh, you get hit with a wave of emotions. Like, the film opens up with Ahmed being diagnosed with cancer, and how Ahmed and Tobias is going to go about it. If she wants to have surgery, or, you know, if she just wants to, pass up on that. But within the first, 10 minutes of the film, like I said, it's very emotional. I needed a good cry in this film, and I haven't had one in a while. I don't want to spoil too much, but I would say the last, like, half hour of the film, there's a scene with Tobias and Ahmed talking about, why Ahmed is prioritizing, you know, her chef duties over getting the help that she needs for her cancer. And when she gives the reason why, I just had a couple tears run down, and it was just so heart wrenching to hear why she doesn't want to, think about what she's going through, or why she's prioritizing her line of work over, recovering from her illness. It's really heart wrenching, and is a very emotional scene. And one thing I didn't like about this is the constant time jumps didn't really bugged the hell out of me like it did a lot of other viewers of this film. It's more annoying than confusing for me because there'll be a really emotional scene in the past about why Ahmed doesn't want to, have kids and get married, and then after that it'll jump to the present of, Ahmed preparing preparing food at work and having difficulties staying focused because her illness. So stuff like that. I felt like this movie would have been better if it was told in chapters. Like chapter one, the meet cute. Chapter two, them having chapter two, like their relationship being official and them going through trials and tribulations of their relationship. And chapter three, her Almond being diagnosed with, with cancer and them dealing with that. So I felt like the movie would have been better told in chapters, kind of like Moonlight or Nope. There are a lot of great films that are told in chapters that I still watch to this day, and just the out of sequence, you know, storytelling doesn't really work for me unless it's like a Quentin Tarantino film, and I'm not the hugest fan of Quentin Tarantino, but I feel like, you know, it only works with his type of style. And the stuff with Ahmed being a chef, I felt like I didn't really care about any of that until she was sick. I It didn't feel like a focal point of the story, or it didn't really felt like it mattered until, she got sick and she was prioritizing, being a chef and her duties at work over, getting the help that she needs. I wish that they would have done more with that. But other than that, I thought this was a pretty great film. The ending is pretty sad. The ending, um I think the ending, I don't want to give anything away, but it's open ended. It's up to your interpretation. And they kind of predicted the ending to the film in the beginning. So it's whatever you take from it. But with that being said, I'm going to give We Live in Time, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of this film. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you going to rewatch it? But until then, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.